Hey guys, and welcome back. It's Typical T here with another build guide. So today we're going to be showing you how to build a circular or round-off style settlement. As always guys, if you enjoy the video, a like or a subscription massively helps the channel out. Without further ado, let's get into it. As usual, the first thing we'll need is one of our famous corpse bits, the best measuring tool in the world, of Manor Lords at least. Place a center settlement down in the middle of a large open area where you want to build your settlement, and then taking the same tool, lining up the road access point, come down from your starting corpse bit by 5, and then do the same above as well, placing 5 corpse bits, carefully aligning that road access point. Do the same out to the left and to the right as well, so count up 5 from the bottom, and from the 6th, which is the center one, come out to the right hand side and go along by 5, and then do the same on the left hand side as well. So you end up with a cross shape. You can then go ahead and delete all of the corpse bits that aren't the very end corpse bits. Connect up those 4 corpse bits with a road, connecting them in a cross shape, and then get a road connecting 2 of the points together. It doesn't matter which corner you start on, just do it on one of them. I've done the bottom left in this one here. Take a corpse bit tool once again and align it with that diagonal line so that it's parallel with the edge of the corpse bit. Move it over to the center and position it as close as you can to what looks like center. And then what we're doing with this corpse bit is trying to align each of the corners with the roads you've already placed down. Once we're satisfied that that is in the right place, we can delete those 2 roads, and then using the corpse bit we've placed as reference, place this one in the center with that access point hovering over the other one. That's so that we get a corpse bit dead center, but at 45 degrees to the very first one we had a few minutes ago. We're now going to repeat the process of getting 5 corpse bits on each of these stems out from the center in a similar way to what we did just now, but at 45 degrees. So we end up with another cross shape, as I said, at 45 degrees to the one we've just had. Go ahead and delete all of the corpse bits that aren't the outside ones. That will leave you with a clock face essentially. Delete the center corpse bit, and we're going to connect each of these to its opposing corpse bit, so we end up with lines crossing over at a central point. You can then go ahead and using the road tool once again connect up each of these around the outside to each other to make an umbrella shape. Grabbing the corpse bit tool once again, set a corpse bit up aligned on the inside edge of each of these pies we've got here, the wedge shapes. I like to do it on the inside first because I can tell using the lines either side how close I am to being in the center, and then go ahead and do exactly the same on the outside, lining those up with the first corpse bits you put down, so you end up in the middle of each of these lines. Go ahead and delete all of the inside corpse bits, and then using those road markers, come across and connect all of those corpse bits up to their opposing members, just the same as we did a few minutes ago. Once that's done, you can go ahead and delete all of those corpse bits. That'll leave you with this shape here, looking rather mighty fine, if I don't say so myself. And then you want to take up the road tool again and connect every other road with a straight line. This will create a small triangle on the outside of our shape, like so, and you should end up with a shape looking a little something like this after you've done that. And then taking the road tool, we're going to come from the center point there and try and click roughly in the middle of each of those triangles. The whole reason we built those triangles was to make it fairly easy to judge where exactly halfway away from the linear line it was, and that'll give you a nice reference point to try and make a circle, which of course is the whole point, isn't it? It's basically about making a framework that makes it easy to judge where it should be. Play around with the road curvature until you've got it looking just about right. The end here is never going to be perfect, but you can get it pretty close. You might want to try replacing the road at the end here a few times just to get it to meet up a little nicer. And once you're happy with the shape you've got, click it down and get that road built. From here, you can go ahead and delete any line that isn't that last road we placed. Next step is to take your corpse bit tool and your lovely new circle and go all the way around the inside edge with corpse bits tight to each one another. Once you've done that, we're back to the road tool, and once again connecting opposite corpse bits to each other to cross over in the center. Then taking the tool just down from each of the road connection points of the corpse bits, so not snapping to them because that will cause some funkiness. You're going to draw out a center circle and once again play with the curvature until it looks just right. And then connect up any excess road you need to as well. You could always try placing this a couple of times just to make sure you get it quite right. It's not a perfect circle for me here, but I'm sure if you played around with it, you can get it looking a little better. But of course, with Manor Lords, nothing is ever really a perfect shape, but we can get pretty close with this method. Delete all of those roads on the inside, and go ahead and delete all of those corpse bits too. That'll leave you with two lovely circles. Next, we're going to judge roughly where we're going to put our main roads. So using the corpse bit tool, align a center road through the top, and then do the same from left to right as well. Zoom out to make sure that you've got everything lined up nicely. Once you're happy with your cross shape, we can go ahead and delete those outer corpse bits. And then connect the roads up to the outside King's Road network. Click fairly near the center cross and then use the outside white lines of the road to align it with the road you've already placed to get a nice straight line. And you should end up with a lovely crosshair like this. Next, draw a square in the center cross using the inner circle as a reference point for where it ends. And then use that to help judge where this center line goes out from the very core. Trying to make sure those wedges on either side look even, and draw out one line top to bottom and side to side. You might need to place these a couple of times to make sure you get them in exactly the right place. Once again, zoom out to check that you're happy with how your proportions look. You could put some corpse strips around the outside to make this a more linear process, a bit more accurate, but I got close enough just by guesswork here. Once you've built those, we're just going to use the outer edges of those as a template for 4 shorter roads between the 2 circles, the inner and the outer. And then we can go ahead and delete those first roads we placed, which were just guidelines. And that is our shape pretty much. The only thing left to do now is to go and add the outer circle, the 3rd circle. So taking corpse bits 1/4 at a time, placing around the outside road, take the tool again, and this time aligning each corpse bit with the one below it to make sure that it's parallel and overlapping the road access points, go around a second time to make this an even wider circle than that one we built earlier on. Use that as a reference with a road to build your outer circle, once again just away from the snapping points so that you don't get any funkiness with the roads. Set your curvature so it looks good to your eye. Construct it and do that 3 more times. And there is our lovely circle. All that's left to do now is connect up that inner road to the outer so that you've got a bit of a better source of traffic and road management. Then it's a case of filling each of your quadrants with housing. I tend to put dense housing on the inner section of the circles, and then on this build I put 6 larger burger spots on each of the outer sections, which I used for vegetables or for orchards. You can of course divvy these up however you want, but this is what I did this time. And there we have it. That's everything you need to know to build your very own circular runt-off settlement. I hope you have great fun with this and perhaps experiment with the design a little bit, but this should give you everything you need to build a roughly perfect, or nearly there, circle. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, then why not give me a like and maybe consider subscribing, and hopefully I'll catch you in one of my long plays or the next tutorial video. But for now, take care. Cheerio!